Now, during the course of the lesson that follows this video, you'll see that the exponential function y equals e to the x is the function of which the gradient is identical to the function. Now, the graph of y equals 2 to the power x is a bit like that. The graph of y equals 3 to the power x is a bit like this. That point there, 2 to the power 0, is 1. This point here, 3 to the power 0, that's 1. What we've got is y equals 2.7182818 to the power x. So it's a similar sort of graph, looks a bit like that. That point there is also 1. Now you'll see demonstrated in the lesson that the gradient is also equal to the function. So dy by dx also equals e to the power x. So if we take a point here, what did we say that point there was? That's where y equals 1, so the gradient here is also 1. Gradient there is 1. If we take this point here, where that's 1 naught, so this point here is 1 e to the power 1, the gradient at that point is also equal to e. If we take another point here, it's 2, so it's a point there, e to the power 2, the gradient at that point equals e to the power 2, e squared. So the gradient is equal to the original function. And this will be demonstrated to you in the lesson. Now if we go back to C2, where we've got y equals 10 to the power x, the inverse of that, we know that log to the base 10 of y equals x. Now that works for any base. Y equals 3 to the power x, then log to the base 3 of y equals x. So the thing is, it's also going to be true here, where we've got y equals e, 2.718 to the power x. Then we know that log to the base e of y equals x. So these are the inverse functions. They're inverses of each other, they're inverses of each other, these are inverses of each other. So just to write that out again, that's what we have on the previous slide. Now this is such an important function that log to the base e has its own notation, and it's the natural log of y. So these two mean the same thing. NL stands for natural log. L, log, log natural, I think it comes from the French. Logarithm naturel, that's my French pronunciation, that's as far as it goes. So x is ln y, natural log of y, that means log to the base e of y. And so finally let's look at the graphs. Y equals e to the power x looks like this, and the inverse function is y equals ln x, the natural log of x, and that looks like this. As always, when we've got inverse functions, they are a reflection in the line y equals x. That's because x is replaced by y is replaced by x. So if you reflect in the line y equals x, then we get the inverse function. So this graph here shows the graph of y equals ln x. This point here is 0, 1. This point here is 1, 0.